Welcome to Vaping Zone University. I'm Anthony. Today's 101 class, we're going to go over the new EVOD kit from Vaping Zone. It comes in this handy case, and if you look, the kit comes with 2,000 milliamp batteries, 2 EVODs, 2 different charging cables, and a wall adapter for your USB charging cables. Let's look at the battery. Let's figure out how to charge it. Maybe we'll fill up one of these clearizers and we'll have a vape. So let's get started. Okay, so here we have the battery, one of 2. It's 1,000 milliamp hours, so it's going to last a good long while. The top of the battery here has got EGO cone threading, as you see. The inside here has a 510 connector, so you can put your 510 devices on top there. You look down here, we've got a nice button with an LED. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quick clicks, and you'll see it go red, purple, green. That means you're on. When you click the button, the LED lights up. That means it's on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quick clicks. There's your flashing lights, and when you hit the button, we know it's off. Nice Vaping Zone logo here at the bottom. And this bottom cap, which you can take off and reveal a mini USB port for charging. So let's go ahead and charge her up. Alright, this kit comes with 2 charging cables. The first one is a mini USB charging cable. The USB connector goes to your power source. It also comes with this wall adapter. When you plug the wall adapter into the wall, this red LED will fire, light up, and it will stay lit until you take it out of the wall or you turn off the power source. It does not in any way indicate if your battery is charged or not. Take our USB connector, plug it into the power source. We take the mini USB and plug it into the bottom of our battery, like so. And you'll see there's a red LED here. Now this red LED means something. When it's on, it means the battery needs to charge a little bit longer. Once that red LED turns off, the battery is then fully charged, and you can disconnect it and go about your day. The second charger that comes with the battery is an EGO charger. This charger connects to the front or the top of the battery, like so. And whenever we connect our battery to anything, whether it be an atomizer, a clearizer, or your EGO charger, you only want to charge it, you only want to put it on the battery until it's finger tight. You don't ever want to over tighten anything. So this similarly plugs into your power source, could be your computer, could be your wall adapter. And we thread. Notice how before we thread, the light here is green. Green means go. Green means either there's no battery connected or the battery that has been connected is now fully charged. Notice as I screw the battery here onto the charger, it will turn from green to red. You don't need to put the battery on it any tighter than that. This red light indicates it needs to charge a bit more. Once the battery is finished charging, that red light again will turn green. Once it's turned green, go ahead and remove it from the charger and go about your day. Another cool feature of this battery is that when you're using the mini USB port to charge, it can operate as a pass-through battery, meaning as you're charging it through the mini USB, you can vape while it's charging. So you could be sitting at your computer, at your laptop, charge the battery, keep it charged while you're sitting there doing your work or just hanging out watching a movie or something. Notice that you have an LED here, and it's green now. As you've now taken your battery off of the charger and you've gone about your day and you've put your atomizer or your clearizer on it and you're using it, remember to replace the bottom cap because the bottom cap keeps dirt and debris and so forth out of the bottom of your battery. But as you go about your day and you vape, that green light will change to purple. Purple means the battery is starting to lose power. Red means it's time to charge me. So go ahead and grab your EGO or your USB and mini USB connecting and charge it up. Now let's talk about vaping. All right, here is the EVOD clearomizer that comes with your kit. It consists of a tank and a coil you've got wicks here on the outside. This coil is disposable. And your EGO threaded skirt that seats the coil and seals the tank. The assembly is very easy. Take your coil and go ahead and thread it onto the skirt here, finger tight. Take now the coil, thread it on here to the skirt, and we'll put it right there into the tank and thread it finger tight. Don't want to over tighten anything, particularly these kind of tanks, because sometimes they break and you don't want to have a broken tank, because a broken tank means no vapor, and no vapor is no fun. Let's go ahead and fill it up. The way I like to fill my tanks is remove your coil, set your tank aside for a moment, bring in our trusty paper towel and our favorite e-liquid. I remove the coil from the threading and I'll take it with my favorite e-liquid. And if you can see here on either side of the coil, you see the wicks. What I like to do is put a few drops of e-liquid on the wicks. That's going to do a couple things. Number one, it's going to prime the wick. And it's going to make sure that the coil has enough e-liquid so that when you fire it, it won't be dry. Then we'll reseat it back on this skirt with the EGO threading. Then we take our e-liquid and do the second trick, which is right down this pipe in the middle. We'll drop, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll let that liquid soak into the coil there at the bottom of the pipe. Meanwhile, we'll take our tank, as you can see, matches the color of our battery. It's got windows on two sides. There's one there and there's one there. We're going to take the tank, it's now empty, and we've got an opening here away from the drip tip, holding our tank at a 45-degree angle with our e-liquid placed on the side of the tank here, and we'll fill. And we'll fill it until you see it reach the top of the center pipe. And we're going to do slow. We're going to take our time. Drop it down the side here. And if you look, you may see the liquid is traveling up and just now getting to the bottom of the air pipe. That's about as far as you want to go, if you can see there. Now we've got our liquid in there. Let's take our tank, take our skirt with the EGO threading, seat it on top, and close it until it's just finger tight. Remembering never to over tighten, just tighten finger tight. Now, third part of the trick. Take your paper towel, put the bottom of the clearomizer to the paper towel, take the drip tip side or the mouthpiece side, and blow through it once really hard, like you're blowing out your birthday candles, real quick. And you see that that gets the liquid out. Some folks think this is a waste. I do not. Just because if you lose a few drops of e-liquid, relatively low cost, whereas if you burn up a coil and a wick, that ends up costing a lot in the long run. So now that we've got our tank filled, we're going to set it aside and let that e-liquid soak into the coils. And when we come back, we'll have a vape. All right, so now we've got our EVOD tank filled up, primed. It's been sitting for a minute, so the wicks have gotten all the e-liquid in it. They're going to take for a minute. So before we put it on top of the battery, let's talk a little bit about safety. You're probably tired of me saying this. I'm going to continue to say it. Good practice is, particularly a battery like this that's a little bit longer, that's going to have a higher milliamp hour, 1000 milliamp hour, so it's going to last a while. You want to carry it with you disconnected. You don't want to have the EVOD on top of the battery. Common sense reasons would be because if you have the two connected and you stick it in your pocket, you sit down, you might break it. You might break the battery, which means no juice, no vapor. No vapor is no good. You might break the tank, which means you've got e-juice in your pocket and no vapor is no good. So also when you put it in your pocket, you see how that's lit up green? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, quick clicks, and it's off. Turn it off before you put it in your pocket, because if you put it in your pocket and it's connected and it's on and it fires every once in a while, you might drain the e-liquid just from the vaping, and then you burn your coil. And if you burn your coil, you've got bad flavor. Bad flavor really isn't good vapor, and if that's not good vapor, then it's not good for you. So now that we've gotten a place we're going to vape, take it out of our pocket, take it out of our purse or backpack, connect it, and when we connect the two, we only just finger tight. Don't over tighten anything, don't wrench it down, because what happens there is you'll break your tank, no vapor is no good. So vaping, as we like to say, is not like smoking, and we're happy about that. Vaping is very much like taking a sip out of a straw. So we press the button, we take a sip, out comes the vapor, and we're done. So let's give it a shot. Pretty good vapor. So that's been the EVOD kit from Vaping Zone. Again, I'm Anthony. Thank you for watching, and remember, don't smoke, vape.